I wish the 6 feet away rule applied to your wife. Am I right? COVID is bad. Guys, I'm not smart. Well, it isn't called Erin is the smart one. Welcome back, listeners, to Erin is the funny one. I am your host, Jack Douglas. Don't flatter yourself. Well, I am a host after all. Well, and of course, joining me is Arnold Schwarzenegger. Ernalicious Arnold the Fourth. Eeyore Ellen DeGeneres. Listeners, it is the 26th episode of the podcast, which means, what does it mean, Arnold? Our podcast finally has to find its own health insurance. It is officially off its parents' health insurance. Yeah, go get a real job, you big lazy bag of bones. Isn't that what they say about you and your YouTube channel, jacksfilms? Listeners, I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear any of that and move on to this week's wine of the week. Why don't you tell us a bit about it? This week's wine of the week is a champagne, extra dry, California. A champagne. Oh, we paid about $40 for this. When I checked the Vivino app, it says it's actually a free wine that most stores on average will give you $1 actually just to take off their hands. So it's a really reliable app. Pretty much always matches up with what we paid, so I'm not sure why this one seems to be different. Listeners, I think we might have gotten scammed at our local grocery store with this wine. Full disclosure, it's been a hell of a week, and right before this, I may have sampled a little bit of the wine. Listeners, if there's one thing that we know how to do with this podcast, it's not the podcast at all, but it's the drinking before the podcast. We're coming in hot today. Erin's drunk. I am not drunk. How dare you? Listeners, let the record show Erin is not drunk. I was just making a joke. Forgive me, folks. My sense of humor is extra dry. Boo! Tomato, tomato, tomato. Throwing tomatoes. That's a little reference for my Gen Zers. TikTokers. So Erin, how do you like this wine? I gotta say, I usually don't like this type of wine, but today I really love it. Honey, I'm so glad you said that because I love this too. Really? We are in total agreement and synchronicity. Yeah, it's good. It's not too sweet. It's very sweet. Kind of a light note of lemon. No citrus at all. It's a little bit on the heavier side. No. See, I was feeling it was very light. Why don't you tell us why you're all riled up? Listeners, she went on a rant before this episode, and if only you all could have been there to save me. I mean, to hear my wife's very legitimate concerns. First of all, you call it a rant. I call it a conversation. I do have a few things that I want to address. Fuck Gwyneth Paltrow, fuck Maui, fuck the Dewey Decimal System, fuck anything Samsung makes. Seriously. Honey, if I may.
Fuck.
Those little text bubbles on screen in TV shows.
It is lazy. It is vile.
It is disgusting. It is disturbing. Really, jacksfilms? Listeners, let the record show that I, Jack Douglas, will be giving up TV for the year of 2022. Unless you all sign my petition to stop, specifically Netflix shows, from using those text bubbles on screen. Anyway, well, sweetheart, I think it's time we get back on track here. Somebody help. This strange man is calling me sweetheart and forcing me to drink disgusting wine. Wait, I thought you liked the wine. Quiet, please. Please call our hotline if you know who this man belongs to. Please call our hotline. Oh, so listeners, yesterday I asked you which quiz we should give on the podcast today. The 4 options. You want to help me out, honey? Quiz option 1. Is this a baked good or a sex position? That's right. Nobody's prude around here. We're rated R, baby. Option 2. Is this quote by William Shakespeare or Megan Thee Stallion? Option 3. Name this movie based only on the actor's star charts. Yes. And option 4, is this a video game synopsis or the State of the Union address? So you guys picked option 1. Is this a baked good or sex position? Erin, take it away. Just to preface the quiz a little bit, this can be any type of baked good. It might be anything that they might make on the British baking show, for example. Question 1, Bavarian cream. Bavarian cream. Cream. Okay. Did you want me to repeat it? Do you want me to use it in a sentence? So right off the bat, I feel like this is a trick question because it's got the word cream in it, which, as we know, historically, can be a naughty word. In that case, my mind is thinking it wouldn't be that obvious that maybe the cream is the PG version of the word cream. I'm gonna go with a baked good final answer. That's your final answer? Is that your final answer? Wait. Did I get it right? Ugh. Yeah. Next question. Faworky. What is it? Faworky. Okay. I've never heard this word before, but it sounds like you need to work hard. Then I'm gonna guess that it's a sex position. Final answer. Ha! Yes! Yes! It's right? Wrong. Wrong! You want me to be wrong? Yes! Are you joking? I want you to embarrass yourself on this podcast. Why else would I be doing this? Anyway, listeners, Erin is definitely still here, right beside me. Just to make sure she's here, I'm gonna give you a couple of hot takes. The 2012 film The Mistletones really misses the mark and deserves an even lower rating on Rotten Tomatoes. No. There she is, m'lady. Listeners, that's all the time we have. Make sure to tune in next time for a very special episode. Super exciting. 2 hours straight of horoscopes, and then another 2 hours of a movie script written by some rando on the internet. You don't want to miss it. I tried to imitate Erin's laugh, but it's impossible. It is too perfect, too quirky, too cute, and too unique. I love you, Erin. And also, Jack. Goodbye.